Hi guys, if this is your first time watching, welcome to The Power of Lipstick, a place where women share their struggles and successes through self-reflected letters in hopes of helping others going through similar situations not feel alone. Thank you for listening. This is a letter from Lauren to Lauren, an amazing, beautiful, and strong woman who was able to break free from an addiction to heroin, meth, and get out of a toxic, abusive relationship that she was in for over 10 years. The Power of Lipstick. Escaping heroin's grip, the scars of abuse, and growing new wings. Dear Lauren, how are you? How's your heart, your body, your soul? You went through it. You survived. If you would have told yourself then that you would be alive and happy today, clean and stronger than ever, you would have laughed. You didn't believe in yourself then. You felt weak, undeserving, unlovable, like a piece of shit. You gave up. You thought others are better without me. Disappearing was what you believed to be the best and only option. Disappearing from family, friends, and really this world. You gave up on you. You gave up caring for yourself. You stopped driving and handed over the wheel to whom you thought you could trust. Heroin, Charlie, Meth. Together those three took control. They told you how and what to do. And when not around, you did not know how to survive. They became your drivers regardless of the recklessness and pain they brought upon your life. From that first day when he put his angry hands around your neck because you spoke up without him wanting you to, which is what triggered your first try of heroin, to the day he violently veered to the side of the road and began punching you with all his might without a stop in sight, all because your soda had exploded. You were not only trapped under his Hulk-like fist that day, Lauren, you were trapped under his control. Much like heroin, you also needed him, regardless of the pain it brought. After he beat you to the point of believing you were going to die that day, he threw you out of the car and sped off, leaving you alone in the dark, beaten, in fear and tears. But he came back, he always did. You tried to run, you tried to escape, but somehow he always came back. He was as addicted to you as you were to him. You took him back every time. You needed him, you needed it, you needed them. Without Charlie and the drug, withdrawals was something you did not wish on anyone. The sweating, the shivers, the going from hot to cold, the pains and mental confusion were just too much. Those alone felt like death. Dying, you thought, seemed like a better destination than the painful sickness of withdrawal. Charlie liked seeing you this way. He loved seeing you suffer and you needing him. What a piece of shit. He loved being your heroin hero. He loved being in control of you, all of you. Knowing that without him you would be in pain. Your heart would ache for him and your body for that heroin. Every 2 hours, remember? You needed it. Regardless of how and where, you needed it. Stealing, lying, sex, betraying. As long as it ended with that drug in your body, it was fair game. Your 100-pound body ached when your dose was missed. A dose of 1.5 grams of heroin and 0.5 gram of crystal. That was your it. Your need, what you referred to as getting well. Which seems like an irony, Lauren, because you were far off from getting well. You were destroying you. Those months of getting well, of living in and out of cars, abandoned homes, crack houses, and on streets next to dumpsters. Those months were the hardest on you. Those are the days that you look back on and think, how did I survive? How was I so lucky? How many times have angels placed the right person at the right place to protect me? I mean, Lauren, how many times have angels picked you off of that floor that you've drifted off and overdosed? You now think of moments and situations you have experienced that could and do kill many. You think, how and why did you get a second, third, and 10th chance at life? Why did I wake up? Falling out or nodding off happened often to you. It was your in-between. You were not there nor here. You would just peacefully drift off, unaware. You would pass out, become dead weight, and incoherent. In this in-between, Charlie couldn't yell at you, and if he did, You couldn't hear it. When you drifted off, you didn't feel, hear, or really have the ability to do anything. You couldn't disappoint, you couldn't fail, or really ruin anything. You wonder if angels were taking care of you, making sure you didn't cross that bridge to the other side. Because this is the point when some people stop breathing and overdose. You've been there. You've experienced being saved by some spiritual being. Like the time you shot up while alone with no one to watch you in case you stopped breathing. You were reckless, but to you, there was nothing to lose. You shot up with what you now think was laced with fentanyl, drifted off, and hit the sink on the way down. To this day, scarred, hurt jaw and all, you have no idea how you opened your eyes on that cold bathroom floor that day. By some greater power, you woke up. Your parents didn't have to deal with the pain of finding their daughter lifeless on the floor. Your dog didn't have to deal with the heartbreak of their mom not responding to their tail wagging kisses. And your sister, she didn't have to find her best friend was gone. During that horrendous year, it happened again and again. You didn't learn. How could you? You had lost hope. You didn't care. And after yet another try at rehab, you itched for another sack of what was once that good stuff. You jumped on a train to LA and ended up in some parking lot with a buddy you had met and dropped out of rehab with. You thought, my family doesn't want me. Charlie doesn't want me. Fuck it. You tried the needle with this new buddy of yours for the first time. That day was the day your survival did not matter. Your life and anyone around you didn't matter. As long as you had that good hit and intense high, life would be tolerable until it was your time to leave this earth. In that abandoned car you called a home for the night, you took a needle to the neck that day. Your first time doing an IV. That's all you can remember. When you woke up surrounded by medics, you found out you had overdosed. Somehow, that angel that was with you that day, Lauren, it brought you back. I know you can think of hundreds of more moments like this one, where life had your back. Although your life has had low lows, life never gave up on you. Lauren, addiction clipped your wings and left you lost, alone, in pain, and with what you thought was a fear that was too large to conquer. But it was when those drugs that once completed you, and that man that once brought security and love had abandoned you, that is when you decided. The pain you were living outweighed your fear that was once too large to break through. Fear to face the world was no longer what haunted you. The pain you caused yourself and your loved ones was. The vision of what your nieces and nephews would see when looking at you was. In that hard last week of being high, in those last days of living on the streets and calling random hotel floors your home, that is when you realized that it was time for you to break through that fear. Stand up, look in the mirror, and remind yourself. You were brought into this world with a purpose you must fulfill. To care for others hard, to love deeply, to laugh loud, to enjoy the little things, to believe in yourself, to once again be that brilliant light that once upon a time shined on others. Although you did not realize then when your life was upside down and unclear, but that day when your broken self messaged your family from that hotel lobby to let them know you were okay, that was the day deep down you wanted to be saved. You no longer wanted to be invisible. You wanted to see tomorrow, and the thought of life after 30 was once again in your mind. What you don't know, Lauren, is that your loved ones always saw that light, no matter how dark of a place you were in. And on that day when they received your message and found you, it was your light that guided them to you. It was seeing that weak, sad, lonely, yet beautiful human hidden behind fear of reality when they realized that their Lauren was still there. That your light was only dimmed because years of layers of dirt had fallen upon you, broken you, taken you down. Lauren, they got you, hugged you, cleaned you up, and pulled you out. And although you once thought you didn't deserve loyalty and love from those that you had lied to and hurt deeply, they never gave up on you. You know why? Because they still saw your light. It was dimmed, but it was not out just yet. Although you were broken and physically unrecognizable, that glimpse of your light still came through. They knew it was you. And although it has taken you years to understand this, They needed that light to help guide them. Like you, they also felt lost without your light. One that was once one of the brightest lights in their lives. I know you know of this and are aware of it, and you'll never forget it. They needed you. That pain, the pain of hatred you carried for yourself, the pain that your thoughts of wanting to die brought upon you, the pain of needing to disappear, that has been destroyed. It's been burnt. That pain left your body and mind when new wings came in that day. You no longer needed to be controlled and guided by a needle, a pipe, or that poison provider of a man that you thought was true love. Your new wings gave you confidence, made you love yourself, made you amazing. Now continue to be strong and brave and fly high. These new wings will take you so many amazing places you once thought were unattainable. Don't doubt yourself or allow for moments of darkness to clip your new wings. In these past 6 years of being sober, you've overcome what many don't. You've been tempted and you shut it down. You've been a strong, badass woman who has woken up every day, put that lipstick on, and made yourself a priority. You go, girl. You smart, beautiful, and driven you. Life is an adventure, so love it up and live it up. You got this. Love, Lauren.